everyone, it's me, Nita, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, and I feel like I've been waiting for forever to make this video, but in today's video, I'm going to be making some skirted bummies. I have tested out making some just normal, regular bummies, and those were super fun and easy to make, but I want to add different variations to my Etsy shop, so I want to add skirted bummies to my Etsy shop to go along with all my matching birthday outfits and all the other different outfits that I offer. Currently right now I offer bell bottoms and those are selling really well, so if you want to see more videos of me working on Etsy orders and fulfilling bell bottom orders, definitely hit that subscribe button and go check out the rest of my videos that I have some linked up here for you guys to check out. But let's go ahead and let's just dive in. I don't know what kind of fabric I'm going to use yet, so let's go to my fabric room and let's figure out what kind of fabric we're going to use for this tutorial. Okay, so luckily with these skirted bummies, or just bummies in general, you don't have to use a ton of fabric. So I have all this bullet fabric. I'm going to be using bullet fabric today. I don't know what kind I want to make. I have all this cute new fabric. I think a pair of baseball ones would be really fun. And then definitely the mermaid print would be really fun to do. I don't know which one to do, guys. I have so much fabric. I still need to organize all this fabric. I also have this one, which would be really cute. I have this cute ladybug print. So I don't know. I'm really tempted to use this print. But also I have so many other cute ones, so I don't know which ones to do. Hard decision, hard decision. I'm thinking, because I already have so many birthday outfits listed for donuts and cow bell bottoms, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And then I kind of want to do this baseball one since it's baseball season. And eventually I will make mummies out of these prints. But for right now, I think I'm just going to do two pairs using this fabric and this fabric. I could even do a donut sprinkle one too to go with all my donut outfits, which I might do as well. But let's go ahead and piece the pattern together, and then we will cut out the pattern using these two fabrics. I'm going to be using the Brooklyn Skirted Bummies pattern. I have it linked down in the description for you guys. So this is just a page that shows you how to lay out all of the pattern pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now this is my second time filming this portion because I cut it out wrong the first time. So I'm going to be redoing it. Okay, so I have all my pieces. Now with these skirted bummies, it comes in 3 different lengths for the skirt and 2 different types of belt. So you can have the high-waisted belt and the low-rise belt, or not low-rise, but just like a regular waistband is what I should say. And then you have the mini, the regular or mid-length, and then the long. So what's nice about this pattern, it goes all the way up to 6 youth. So that's pretty cool. So you're able to do a bunch of different sizes and a bunch of different styles from this pattern. So I'm going to be doing the high-waisted skirt bummies with the mid-length skirt because I liked how the bottom portion just kind of sticks out. I think that's really cute. So I printed out all the directions for me to follow while I'm sewing along because this, again, is my first time doing this pattern. So you guys are kind of learning along with me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the pieces that I need. Because I already filmed part of this, I already have the back and the front part of the bummies done. So I don't need these pieces. I am going to pull them off to the side because I will use them later on. Now for the waistband, I'm going to be doing the high-waisted waistband. So I'm going to be using this piece, and this bottom portion also has a piece of it too. That's where I messed up. I didn't see this little portion and I didn't use it, but this is a good 1/2 inch, which can make a dramatic difference when making clothing, especially for the waistband. You don't want the waistband to be too tight. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape this part. And when printing out patterns too, you can just print out a specific size that you want for me. I just printed out all the sizes, but you can print out a specific size that you would want or need. And then I'm going to be doing the mid-length ruffle, so I need to also attach this portion to it. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out this piece, and then for I also need to cut out the cuff too, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And this is for the regular waistband, so I'm just going to set that aside just in case I ever decide to do the low-rise one. Not low-rise, but the regular waistband. But I have my cuff piece cut out. I have my front and back already cut out. And then I need to cut out the mid-waist, the waistband, and then the mid-ruffle. Also, for the cuff too, I almost missed this part, you also need to add the extra portion of the cuff as well. Almost missed that, so I'm happy that I caught that. I'm going to keep this part because it has part of the other waistband and then part of another ruffle. So I'm going to go ahead and just set that off to the side. But I have all the pieces now officially cut out correctly, so let's just jump right back into cutting the fabric. Sorry if it's a little jumped around. Again, this is my first time doing this pattern, so I am going to have some oopsies along the way. This fabric is so cute. I have like a whole outfit planned for this one, so I kind of want to start out with this baseball one since it's baseball themed. For the fabric, you would want to use knit fabric, or in this case I'm using a bullet fabric, which is very stretchy. It's made out of polyester, and you can get bullet fabric so many different colors, different types of prints, and usually they're all really vibrant. So I love using bullet fabric. I do sell bullet fabric. I'm slowly growing my fabric shop, but I do have this print in stock. I will be adding this to my Etsy shop in the next month or two. So definitely keep a lookout for this print. I'm really excited to add this print to my Etsy shop. But when cutting out fabric, you want to use like a knit fabric or bullet fabric because it's super stretchy. And when trying to figure out how to cut the fabric, you always want to make sure that you're cutting this the right direction. So with fabric, usually one side is more stretchier than the other. So from the edge of the fabric to the other edge of the fabric, usually this is more stretchy versus this way. So I'm going to be aware of that when cutting out the fabric. So when I make pants or when I make bummies, you got to think like when the child is putting their legs into the pants or into the bummies, you want the horizontal direction, I guess, to be more stretchy so it fits around like their thighs and whatnot. So just be mindful of that when cutting. I don't know if I made any sense when trying to describe that, but yeah. So for example, this is the back of the bummies. The leg is going to go through here. So I'm going to want my pattern to be cut this way. But because I am having to cut on the edge, I'm going to have to fold the fabric. I want the edge of the fabric to be on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my fabric. And remember, this is the most stretchiest. So I'm going to fold my fabric over this way, or actually I'm going to fold it this way. Just like that. And I'm going to have the edge, the folded edge where the arrows are, I'm going to have that there. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut. I always like to make sure that I have a fresh rotary blade. It just makes cutting so much easier. It's easier on your wrists. It's less time consuming having to go back and recut the fabric if your blade is dull. So here is the back. This is going to be the front. So I always like to always like kind of get all these extra pieces off of the fabric and just kind of trim that off so it's just easier to work with the fabric. And again, because this is like the back, you want to make sure that it's the stretchiest going this way. So when it goes over their diaper, it will have plenty enough stretch to fit them. And the nice thing about Bummies is you don't use a ton of fabric, so you can make quite a bit of Bummies with just 1 yard of fabric. And with bullet fabric, it's usually a wide length. So it usually, if you buy a yard, it would be like 36 inches by like 54 inches. So you get quite a bit of fabric when you buy bullet fabric. So it can go a long way. Okay, so now for the cuff, I want the fabric to be the stretchiest going this way. So this way. So I folded my fabric over because I need to cut 2 of these. So this is the stretchy portion of the fabric. So making sure it goes the right direction. Okay, so there are the cuffs. So again, I want the stretchy way to go this way. And then of course you're going to cut the fabric in half because you want the waistband to be, of course, long enough. Okay. Again, I want the stretchiness to go that way. Alright, so I think I have, oh, nope, I have 1 more piece to cut out. So what's nice about this pattern, for all sizes, all you'll need is 1/4 of a yard. So you'll be able to potentially get 4 skirted Bummies out of this pattern from a yard. So that's really good. So that kind of helps with pricing. So this yard cost me 15 bucks. I'm able to get 4 Bummies out of this yard. So around $4.50-ish in materials. You do have to factor in like shipping and stuff if you have to pay for shipping, but I got free shipping on this order. So for 1 Bummie, it's going to cost me around $4.50 to make this. I bought this fabric off Etsy, but when I buy it wholesale, it will be a little bit cheaper. So that's not too bad. I do see Bummies ranging from like $15 up to like $22, $25, depending on how much the material is and whatnot. So, okay, so it says to cut 2 of these. So I'm gonna cut 2. I'm hoping I do this right. We shall see. If I mess up, then you guys will see it on camera. Okay, so there's 1 of the skirts. I'm going to cut 1 more. Now, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video. This isn't going to be the best tutorial because this is just me testing out this pattern for the first time. And I'm not like an expert when it comes to patterns. I know like the bare minimum. I know just the basic of sewing. I'm more of a quilter than anything. I think I got it. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other fabric now. I'm going to do the cow print. And I like to always square up my fabric so the next time I use it, I don't have like all these little extra pieces. And I still have a ton of fabric left. So I love that. So totally random. So Angela, she now offers tumblers for sublimation. And she is going to be restocking more of the 20-ounce tumblers, but I asked her to, if it's possible, to stock kid-sized tumblers, because I think it would be so cute to have a matching tumbler for like a birthday outfit. Like a personalized tumbler for a kid. I think that would be so cute. So I'm hoping she's able to get those, because I totally want to add those to my shop. I think that would be so cute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this fabric, and then I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna be using my serger today. I have the Brother 1034DX. I purchased this from Walmart for like $1.99. I don't know if it's still the same price, but it's super affordable. And honestly, since adding this machine to my business has grown tremendously. But do you need a serger? No. You can, if you have a basic sewing machine, you would just use a zigzag stitch for this. So if you don't have if you don't have a serger, don't worry, you can still do this as long as you have a sewing machine that has a zigzag stitch, or I can't think of the other stitch name, but there's another stitch that you could also use as well. But let's go ahead and let's stitch everything together. So the first step, it looks like, is we're going to serge the like bell portion of this design. So I cut out 2 of these, so it's not really a bell, it just looks like a bell, but like the ruffle, I guess. So you'll put your 2 pieces together, right sides to right sides, and I'm trying to hold it up for you guys, just like that, like a half of a donut. So I'm gonna sew right here, and I'm gonna sew along right here, and once it's sewn together, it should make like a complete like donut almost. Because this is bullet fabric, it does not fray, so you don't need to add a hem at all to this fabric. So when doing the ruffle, you don't have to do that, but if you use a fabric that can fray, you will have to add a hem to the bell portion. I think this pattern recommends using knit fabric, but bullet fabric and knit fabric are pretty similar. Okay, so there is the little donut. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cow print one too, and just do it piece by piece. I'm hoping these are pretty quick to sew. I know with bell bottoms, as long as I have all the fabric like pre-cut, I could sew probably about, I would say 6 to 8 in an hour. So that's pretty good. But there are more pieces to this pattern with the bell bottoms. There's only 4 pieces. So a bell, the bells, the pant legs, and then the waistband. So I think there's only like 4 pieces. Okay, there's a little donut. Okay, so there's that, and now, okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the pant legs. Or not the pant legs, but the like bummy portion of everything. We're going to place them again right sides together, and we're gonna sew on the sides right here, and then this little bottom piece right here we're gonna sew. But we want to make sure that this curved part, we're gonna leave that alone. We're not gonna stitch that because that's where the legs are gonna go, so we don't want to stitch that closed, and we don't want to stitch the top part either. So we're just gonna stitch the sides and then the bottom part. just like that. It's like a pair of underwear. All right, so I'm gonna do the same for the baseball pants, or for the baseball bummies. I can't wait to make these in bell bottoms. I just need to purchase more fabric, but because I spent like $15 a yard, I think I'm just gonna buy this print wholesale because I like the print. Super cute. I anticipate it selling well, but you never know. I uploaded like all my cow bell bottom designs, and I get a sell here and there, but my top seller is my sprinkle bell bottoms. So I go through sprinkle bullet fabric like crazy. Not so much with the cow print. I probably sell more of just like the cow fabric by itself than as like an actual made outfit, which is totally fine with me. So I'm hoping though that the bummies will sell a little bit better in the cow print than the bell bottoms. It's hard to tell, like something that you think will sell really well sometimes doesn't sell very well. So it's hard sometimes trying to figure out what to add to your shop and how much to purchase of that fabric, because you don't want to buy too much and this be sitting on the fabric. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the cuffs. I'm going to fold it in half and then have them right sides together, and I'm just going to sew this edge really quick. I'm just going to do all the cuffs. Now I'm going to do the belt. So I'm going to do the same thing with the belt. I'm going to fold it right sides together and just sew these two edges together. So all my main pieces are sewn. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the cuffs now. So you should have two of them, and you're going to go ahead and fold them, and you're going to fold it to where the raw edges meet, and then you're going to have them, you're going to fold it doing it the wrong sides together, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And I like to match up the seam with like the other side of the seam and make sure it's like matches up. You can also use, like, instead of using these little clips, you can use like a pin instead to kind of pin it in place. And then I go like this, so I know where to put my other little clip. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the cuffs, so I just have them ready to go. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing too with the waistband. You're just going to fold it to where wrong sides are together, matching up those seams, pinning it, same way you did the cuffs. Okay, so now basically what I'm going to do, I have everything like all pinned or clipped. So now I'm going to attach the cuffs, and you're going to tuck them in. Now, luckily this fabric is not directional, so you don't really have to think about the way the cuff goes or the way of the waistband. But if you do have directional fabric, you will have to keep in mind the way that you fold the fabric and attach the fabric to the actual bummies. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach the cuffs. You will have to have the shorts inside out when doing this. And if you do have directional fabric, you will have to keep in mind when pinning and folding the cuffs, which direction you fold the fabric and which direction it's pinned. so you don't have like the cuffs upside down. I have done that before in previous videos, but luckily this fabric isn't directional, and I tend to like to stay away from directional fabric just so I don't have any issues. But sometimes fabric is just, certain prints are too cute, and if they're directional, it's just, you gotta work with them. And also for, sorry, my dogs are making their noises. For the seam on the cuff, you want it to go towards like the bottom of the bummy, so it kind of is hidden a little bit. So just keep that in mind when you're pinning it. The seam on the cuff, you want to make sure that it's positioned towards the like bottom portion of the bell bottom. I am gonna wait to do the waistband because you have to add the bell first to the waistband. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these cuffs really fast. And then when you're done sewing the cuffs on, you will have like this little tail left over, and you want to tuck that tail into the seams. So I use a little knit picker. I have it listed in my description below. I got it from Amazon. You can also get them from Joann's. I just get the cheap little $2.99 ones. So I always lose them, so I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. Okay, so my battery died, but here are the bummies so far. I'm gonna go ahead now and attach the little donut piece, or the skirted part. For this part, you're going to have your bummies turned right side out, and then you're going to then put the bummies in, like sandwiched between the little donut, and you're gonna do them like this, and then you're gonna sew. So you're not gonna do right sides together or anything like that, or wrong side together. You're just gonna layer it right on top and sew right over it. I'm sure you could, to help make this process faster, you can kind of like sandwich the skirt portion with the belt. I'm sure you could do that, but I'm just going off of these directions right now, so these directions suggest doing it this way. Okay, so just like that, and these are turning out so cute already. Go ahead and tuck this tail in. Oh, guys, I hear my microwave beeping because I put coffee in the microwave and I forgot that I put it in there. So I need to warm it up again, and I'll probably forget to take it out again, but I get so sidetracked. Okay, so here is the skirt and like the bottom bummy portion. Now I need to add the waistband to it, but these are turning out so cute. I sewed the waistband on wrong, so we're gonna redo that. I had to use my seam ripper, and I hate using my seam rippers. So let's attach the waistbands now. This video is gonna be all over the place, so I do apologize. All right, so the waistband's gonna go on. So basically what I did wrong was I tucked it in. The waistband, you don't tuck it in. The reason why I got mixed up is because with my bell bottom pattern, you have to tuck in the waistband on the inside. For this pattern, it wants you to tuck the pants into the waistband, if that makes sense. I'm gonna have the seam of the waistband on the side of the bummies. So when you are sewing the cuffs and the belt on, you want to make sure that you are stretching out the fabric. so for my first pair of skirted bummies, not too bad. There are a few things that I messed up on that I'm hoping that I'll be able to figure out when I do the other pair that I have. One thing I wish I would have did first though, before I added the belt, was heat press the bummies part so they're nice and like folded, or nice and like neat looking. But I think I could still do that with the belt on, but not too bad. But let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and sew this other pair really fast, and I'll check back in with you guys. Okay, so this pair came out so much better. And I was able to do this pair a lot faster. So I'm thinking, obviously, the more I practice, the faster I'll get. But these aren't too long to stitch out. I feel like I can stitch out my bell bottoms a lot quicker. But these came out so cute. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take some product photos, post these on my Instagram. With these, I do plan on doing like a matching onesie or a matching shirt to go along with it. So these do go up to a size 6, so I will offer all the way up to a size 6 with these. And then all the embroidered shirts that I offer, I'm going to pair these with these, and also plan on doing matching DTF prints on shirts to go with these. So these go all the way up to a size 6. I think I'm gonna list them all the way up to a size 6. I just feel like these are so cute, so easy to make. I still need to make bummies and add those to my Etsy shop. So I need to make bummies, just basic bummies in these. And I'm thinking I could even use probably this same pattern. I just would leave out the skirt part, but I'm super impressed with how these turned out. Super easy. I did have some hiccups in the beginning with the pattern and with like sewing on the waistband, but once I figured it out, I was able to do it. So I am gonna look around on YouTube and see what other YouTubers there are that have done this pattern and link those down in the description, because those would probably be a better tutorial. I just wanted to show you guys how I did it, and you guys get to see how I struggled. And I just wanted to give you guys an idea for something that you could add to your shop. I know bummies are super popular, and with summer coming along, I do want to have something, another option for girls to be able to wear instead of wearing bell bottoms, because I know those can get hot depending on where you live. If you live in California, it gets pretty hot here, so this would be a nice little option for babies and little girls. So I am super busy with bell bottoms, but I'm hoping that I'll be just as busy with bummies as well. I do need to focus more on like first birthday outfits and just random cute outfits that can pair, or shirts that can pair with like bummies like these. So definitely stay tuned for some more videos. I do plan on making more of these and coming up with some outfits. I need to list them like ASAP. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Even though it wasn't the best tutorial, I hope you guys still enjoyed it. make sure to give this video a like if you had fun watching this video. And definitely, if you haven't already, subscribe for some more tutorials. I have a bunch of just random different fun tutorials planned out, a lot of them for sublimation and a lot with sewing. So just stay tuned for more tutorials, and definitely if you haven't already, go check out some of my work with me's, and you can see me working on a ton of bell-bottom orders, and then hopefully I'll have some work with me's where I'm making a ton of these as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, and I actually am filming a work with me right now too, so I need to get back to work and start working on orders. I have a few orders that have to go out tomorrow, so look for a work with me video coming up in the next few days. I think that's it, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.